Waterford Speedbowl, they are indeed available at that outlet.
So now the Bob Valenti Auto Mall Monte Carlo hits the sidelines, and the spotlight is on our competitors in the mini stock division. But keep an eye on Hank Scarpa, our starter, as he will give the command. And the green flag is out, and in the early lead is Cheryl Riley.
Well, Hank Scarpa gets the field underway, and as you can see, Cheryl Riley out there momentarily, but Kim Buckley puts the 44 out on the point. And seems they have a great head of steam there, but Jim Ricks in the 36 wants to say something about that as he pulls that car to the high side in front of Cheryl Riley.
Also a good move early on by Dave Sylvia in car number 88, always one of the strongest cars. He's already moved into third, and he's not satisfied with that as he's pressuring for the lead.
No, Dave Sylvia, a great driver, and these guys got to feel like the swimmer that's out there swimming around, paddling around by his boat and sees a dorsal fin, because Dave Sylvia has already notched feature win in his belt and looking for another one.
So he goes on the bottom, a little bump, little bruising going on, and Sylvia moves and loses a spot, and Rick Joseph takes advantage, and a yellow comes out as two cars tangle up right in front of the flag stand. The 24 Brad Caddick, the 53 of Dave Darnstadt, and also involved in the mess is Kenneth White III. So a little scramble, and that started when
Monte Carlo heads to the scale area once again, and the field will be under the green flag in just a few short minutes. Here they come out of turn number 4. Kim Buckley with an early jump, trying to get away from Ricks, takes the green flag. Dave Sylvia in tow in the 88 as we have a car jumping to the infield. That's Brad Caddick down there doing a little bit of Baja type driving.
So while Caddick, now Nate Appel heads off the racing surface in car number 01, and Kim Buckley has a battle on her hands. Streaking on the outside, it is Ricks. Ricks has the momentum, he has the adrenaline, and he has the lead, and Rick Joseph will take over second spot.
Rick Joseph with a nice run out there. Cheryl Riley going to the outside of the track, following Joseph around 3 wide racing. Down in 4, something's got to give, and it looks like Joe Perry decided discretion's the better part of valor on that one and pulls the 7 back as Cheryl Riley goes by.
Now Dave Trudeau is making the climb on the outside. He is in 4th. He's trying to get around Tim Jordan in car number 47. Here comes Trudeau. He is on a mission, and that green car giving Jordan all he can handle.
Well, Dave Trudeau wants to make it 2 in a row as he brings the 97 up towards the front. He has a tough competitor in front of him. That's Tim Jordan. But Rick Joseph in front of Jordan, now trying to set his sights on Jim Ricks. Jim Ricks has that 36 out on the front of the pack, driving in what is called clean air.
And it's a good race so far for Joe Godbout in car number 37 as he has joined the top 5. A little bit of separation between the top 5 and Cheryl Riley, who is currently running 6th. And it is Ricks with a slender lead over Rick Joseph in car number 29. Ricks has had a pretty good trip so far in this event.
And as you can see, cars going around once again. Jim Lynch doing a 360 out there. Driver from Carolina, Rhode Island. Watches as Rich Brooks goes by, and it looks like Bill Leonard's going to do the same as he'll try to catch the rest of the field. Rick's on a mission as he's out there in front. Rick Joseph trying to tack him down. 3rd place is the one to keep an eye on. That's Tim Jordan and Trudeau. Dave Trudeau has the advantage coming to the stripe.
A burst of speed on the outside groove for Trudeau, and now he has maneuvered his way into the number 3 position, but Jordan isn't going to give up that spot easily. He is retaliating on the bottom groove. They head out of turn 4. What a battle, but right now it's being won by Trudeau, who starts to work on Rick Joseph.
Well, Trudeau in the last 3 races held here at the Waterford Speedbowl has taken home first place 2 out of those 3. And oh, by the way, the one that he didn't win, he was 2nd. So this is a guy that's one of the hottest drivers here at the Speedbowl, and right now he's trying to make it 3 out of 4 as he's ducking to the inside of Rick Joseph, headed towards the front.
He has some real estate on the bottom groove, and we have a new face in 2nd place, and it belongs to Dave Trudeau. But now he has another tough task on his hand, how to get by the driver of car number 36 and Jim Ricks Jr. Not many have been able to do it so far tonight.
Not at all. 8 laps showing on the scoreboard. This time by Trudeau to the inside, trying to put the 97 on the point. Once again, we have some cars going around out there. Looks like Cheryl Riley coming around. Phil Evans, the bad luck continues for that young man. 00 also involved in that one. That's the new driver, Scott Porter, out of Lebanon. Caught up in that. It looks like Phil Evans getting the worst of that one as he is sitting out there on the speedway.
Boy, 2 weeks ago,
Staff really has embraced Wild and Wacky Wednesdays and want to make sure that it's family involvement to the nth degree. But right now, we have to put our sights on the action on the track, and this should be quite a finish. 8 laps left to go. Jim Ricks side by side with the man who's won the last 2 features out of our last 3 races, Dave Trudeau. Both drivers get a great restart as we see the number 69 taking a ride across the infield. Let's see if he can hook that car up and get going once again. That's that 69 automobile of Jim Pond out of Ashaway, Rhode Island. Looks like he's still out there. We may have to go yellow. Yes, indeed.
And that will pull the plug momentarily on the momentum of Dave Trudeau, as he looked like.
To make sure that we try to recognize those folks at Gridlock Grill have donated a ton of gift certificates, and each and every week we award gift certificates to the Gridlock Grill to some of the drivers towards the back of the pack, just to make it feel a little bit better and make them know that we're thinking of them all the time.
Well, it's good to reward the guys who try as well as the drivers who win.
No question about it. They're out here each and every week plugging away, and a lot of these drivers trying to move to the front of the field, but they have their work cut out for them. 8 laps showing on the Budweiser Bud Light scoreboard. This time Dave Trudeau going. Some great drivers out there. You want to make sure that's on your calendar.
I didn't know they had auto racing at the World's Fair in 1964.
It's actually a stunt show. It's actually a stunt show. They build a special arena, and they would run, I think, 6 or 7 shows a day out there. And the Jack Kochman Hell Drivers was one of the premier thrill shows in the country. They and the Joey Chitwood Thrill Show. And Kochman got...
And he will have to hurry to rejoin the field at the rear, but it's good to see Jordan back on the track and out of the paddock. And our pace car is taking the left-hand turn to the sidelines. It's Jim Ricks Jr. Dave Trudeau on the front row. Trudeau has got the jump on the last 2 occasions. What will happen in round number 3?
Well, Tim Jordan's got a great head of steam coming up there, so keep an eye on that 47. 8 laps left to go. He had a chance to build while the other guys were waiting for the restart. So let's see what we can do with it as Sean Caron takes the 11, or excuse me, that's Bill Leonard in the 8. Takes that car up into the marbles, fights it back down onto the speedway, and continues to drive. Got about sideways. Knocks Danny Field into the infield. Rick Joseph trying to keep the 29 straight as Fields all the way across. How he made it through without hitting another car, I don't know.
Wow, that was a great piece of driving by Field and by Joseph. And while all that frantic activity happened, Brandon Plemons has moved to 3rd, 1 spot ahead of Godbout. And breezing along in the lead is Dave Trudeau, but with Ricks behind him, we don't know for how long will he be able to breathe. Things are going to tighten up.
No question about it. Godbout got squirrely down there, and then it started the action in motion. And as you mentioned, how Field got across there was just a great bit of driving. And Rick Joseph in the 29, you talk about a save. I'll tell you what, they should put him on the relieving staff of the Red Sox.
They wouldn't have lost today to the Dodgers maybe if they had him. Meanwhile, Trudeau with a safe distance between himself and Jim Ricks Jr. in car number 36. And look at car number 60. Johnny Kelly had a great race a week ago, and he has made quite a comeback in the waning stages of this one as he has moved into 5th, just ahead of Danny Field in car number 18.
Well, Danny Field living a charmed life out there. It's just like a cat, but now he's spun around. He had the announcer's curse put on him and said he was doing a great job out there. Suddenly got spun. He, and it looks like Darmstadt involved in that one.
Said there is no track in Rhode Island, so they're happy to come here at the Speedbowl. We're happy to see them because they put on some great racing.
No question about it. So So right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very important restart for the two gentlemen on the front row. It looks like Dave Trudeau is the man who will have the jump this time around. Has the 97 all by itself out front, but giving chase is a 67 of Brandon Plemons, your current points leader. He's trying to chase down the 97 of Dave Trudeau. Can Dave Trudeau make it 2 in a row? Can he make it 3 out of 4?
And Danny Field refuses to yield all the tough breaks he's had in this race, and he's maneuvered into 3rd place.
No question about it. What a great race we have on our hands right now. Brandon Plemons within feet, 2 or 3 feet of the back bumper of Dave Trudeau. Cuts to the inside as they make their way down to the start-finish line. Plemons on the inside. Trudeau holding on to that outside groove. We have a drag race coming down the back straightaway. White flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be another great finish here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Brandon Plemons coming up for the win. Taking home the checkered flag, Brandon Plemons. Right next to him, we have Dave Trudeau. Great run by Danny Field, coming in 30 winners.
Wow, what a show tonight put on by our mini stock division. And here's a man who was a big part of it, finishing in 3rd tonight, Danny Field. And Danny, a couple times tonight, it looked like you were going to wind up on the record, and instead you wound up in 3rd place. What a masterful drive.
Thank you very much. I want to thank Gatorade. I want to thank John Burnett for the awesome power, Hillside Cafe, St. Peter Village, my crew chief.
How were you able to hang on? It looked like everything was happening to your car, and you just rolled with the punches.
Yeah, you just got to hang on and just drive.
Well, he did a great job. How about a hand for our 3rd place finisher tonight? A great effort by Danny Field. And now we move over to the number 2 position. Maybe the most consistent and fastest driver right now in this division. But today he got nipped by the point leader at the finish line. Here's Dave Trudeau. And Dave, take us through those final 2 laps. What transpired?
Didn't want to see the restart. I was tightening up quite a bit towards the end, and Brandon was fast. I saw him coming up and said, just to run my line and see what happens. Obviously not in the line.
But 2 wins and a 2nd in the last month. You're going to hate to see this month of June end, because this has been a great month for the 97 team.
Hopefully it's going to get better. You know, a couple more wins and finish in the top 5 every week. See what happens. Really wanted to thank my sponsors, Randy Dickerson, Macco Tools. Thanks, awesome job, the carburetor. Servpro. Let's see who else. Old Enders, Sports Bar, Free Beers Daycare, my wife. Thanks a lot. My dad, my whole crew. Happy birthday to my sister Cindy.
Well, a great effort tonight. 2nd place for Dave Trudeau. And now we move to Gatorade Victory Lane to talk to a man, an amazing last lap effort for Brandon Plemons as he notches his 3rd win of the 2002 season. And now let's bring him over. Brandon getting congratulated by members of his crew and his fans. And here he comes, the winner in an exciting mini stock event, Brandon Plemons. Well, Brandon, put us in the driver's seat with you and tell us what happened in those last 2 laps. It looked like you didn't have much of a chance here with 3 to go, and somehow you were able to pull it out.
Well, I tell you, I was up front with the fastest car out there besides me. We were both about the same. He slipped up a little bit, and I capitalized on him. You know, it was going to work out either way, 1 or 2. I didn't care.
Well, you started 14th. It looked like you were very patient early on, waiting for your opportunity, and when it did, you cashed in.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what was going to happen. Everybody kept wrecking. I don't know what happened on the back. I think Joe ran out of room on the front stretch, and it just put me in the right spot at the right time.
And the man who's in the right spot, number 1 in the point standings, the 3rd win of the year for Brandon Plemons.